sort of beautiful presentation aid. You know, they're truly phenomenal. We know they cook really well, but they're also absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to make an amazing hake cooked on papillote.
Wow.
Now we've got this wonderful film that we're going to cook the fish in. It's called carta fata. So it's a clear, transparent cooking film. So then this can go to the table.
That sounds exciting.
And the fish will be in a beautiful bag, and then when you cut it at the table, you get that beautiful aroma, and the fish will be absolutely perfect. And again, we can serve straight from the pan onto a plate. Okay, so beautiful steamed fish, and for me, we want to keep that flavour of concentration. So we're going to use some vegetable base within the bag,
right?
And the moisture that comes from the vegetables will help to steam the fish. So there's no dilution. So we've got some wonderful braised fennel. So simply cook that in a very light vegetable stock. There's a little clove of garlic in there and some fresh lemon peel.
Lemon and fennel.
Wonderful.
Perfect. Lovely
Pinch of salt in there, a little bit of pepper as well. So the fennel is cooked already, just cooked. We'll prep that down in a moment. And then just in here in some simple salted water, we've got some courgette and some beautiful tender stem broccoli. You can use anything you want. For me, this is all about colour, a little bit of texture, a little bit of flavour. You know, to go with the fish. Hake, very delicate, so we don't want anything too strong. But again, when we open that bag, you're going to get all those wonderful textures, and the aroma will be superb.
That's interesting, because most people wouldn't think about poaching or boiling the courgette.
Yeah, just take the edge off of it, just to sort of tenderise it, and then when it goes in the bag, of course, it will carry on cooking. It's only going to be in the oven for sort of 6 to 8 minutes. Yeah. So we just want to make sure that it's nice and tender. So we drain those off, and then we're going to sweat down the spinach as well, and that will form the base of the bag. So we'll start with that. Nice hot pan, a little bit of oil. The spinach is wonderful, of course, because it's got water content.
Yep.
So nice hot pan. You want to sort of hear that slight little crackle. Good amount of seasoning, and then let it cook it quick. We don't want it to stew. We want to retain that lovely freshness. So get the pan nice and warm, straight in with the spinach, and then it's wonderful because you stir it twice, and then you just see it. The oil nice and warm, you can see it's just getting nice and warm there. And then we go, this goes, and we're going to go straight in. There's the top. Little seasoning while that's going, and then all that natural sort of the water will come out of the spinach. Steam the spinach as it cooks. Well down. That lovely dark green. Absolutely. That spinach, the courgettes and broccoli from before. Put those in here. And we've got our lovely pieces of fennel that have been lightly braised in the poaching liquid. So we've got the lemon and the garlic and the seasoning in there. So I'm just going to gently trim off the base of the fennel, and then just cut this down into pieces that you think about now when it's going to go onto the plate. So nice sort of slender pieces, and you'll see when it all comes together, these all form a beautiful base to the dish.
And fennel's completely transformed when you cook it, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's totally different vegetable.
Quite a gentle flavour.
Yeah.
Very, very gentle, but absolutely delicious.
Lovely raw as a salad, but again, totally different.
Yes, and a sort of good soaks up a lot of flavour. Again, if you drop some coriander seeds in that braise, or anything sort of slightly more, thyme is wonderful with it as well. So absolutely delicious. Beautiful fillet of hake here. So all I've done is taken the skin off the back of it. Beautiful, nice and clean, taking all the pin bones out, everything's good to go. Now it's cutting it down into as big or as little as you like. Obviously we're going to go into the wonderful pan, so good healthy portions through the middle there. Keep the fish nice. Now we bring in the magical foil, magical cooking paper. So this is called carta fata, and it's a transparent cooking film. We're going to use 2 layers just to make sure there's no issues. We'll start building the base of the dish with the vegetables first. So we've got that lovely seasoned, delicious spinach to go on the bottom, the little courgettes to go in there. Fantastic little tender stem broccoli. Again, we want all that seasoning in the bottom. The fish is going to sit on top, And as we said, all that natural flavour is going to steam the fish, help to season it as well. And then of course, the beautiful pieces of fennel. I'm just going to sit in there. Lovely, a great little salad. A few peas in there would be lovely. Anything else that we want to add in?
Asparagus when it's in season.
Asparagus would be absolutely perfect.
Broad beans.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely. You know, delicious. It looks inviting. I'm going to take a beautiful fresh lemon and just peel 1 or 2 fresh pieces of the zest, and that, you can smell it immediately. That aroma will just cook into the bag and steam in with a wonderful piece of fish on top. So the hake itself, season up, nice and generous seasoning. A little salt on there. You can add some pepper as well. A little magic ingredient. We've got a yuzu vinegar. You could supplement
what
this.
yuzu is.
The yuzu is a Japanese citrus fruit, somewhere between a lemon and a lime, maybe a little bit more sweeter, sort of like a Maya lemon and a lime. But this little vinegar, it's not too, it's more like a Chardonnay, like a white wine vinegar, not too punchy, but it's, you know, got that element of sweetness. We're just going to put a little drizzle of that in there, and that will help to steam the fish as well, cut through some of the richness of the dish. Just in there.
Because we're not going to find yuzu in our local greengrocer in Shropshire, are we? But there's so many yuzu products that you can get, which are just going to bring that extra bit.
Yeah, slight different sort of than perhaps what we'd be used to, but a lovely ingredient to add in, all the same.
I've got some yuzu salt, which is
Perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah,
which
that
would
would
be
be
lovely
great
on
to,
this.
yeah, anything that matches with those wonderful fish flavours and the vegetables to bring it all together. So, a little spoonful of the cooking liquid from the fennel, and then we're going to bring the bag together, tie that up with some string, and this is ready for the oven. This to me is perfect. You know, if you're doing a dinner party, you could make these up in advance, leave them in the fridge ready to go, bring them out 15-20 minutes before you need to cook it, and then you'll see in a moment when we cook it. It's really, really simple. So this, you probably better this than me, is lovely. Bring it together just as a little parcel. You want to leave a bit of space. Don't want to wrap it too tight. You want space for the bag to expand. Some string.
I know quite a lot about wrapping things in paper.
If you don't get your fingers. Now cut the string. And the only thing we need to make sure is just the top of the paper isn't going to touch the top of the oven. So you can trim that down ever so slightly. Ready to be cooked. So we're now going to warm the wonderful copper pan. Too hot. Give it a minute to warm up so all that heat sort of goes out, so it's not too centralised in the middle. And then we'll put the bag in, and that will slowly fill up. The liquid will start to steam, and then we'll go into the oven 8 to 10 minutes until it's just cooked. And the beauty of this, of course, it's lovely and gentle. So, you know, it's slightly forgiving on the cooking, gives a minute or two either side, which helps with the cooking there, and all that flavour concentrated inside.
And it looks like a present.
It's wonderful. The excitement as it comes to the dining table, of course, and then we'll cut the bag open.
And the smell will just...
Yep. So the fish has been in the oven now for about 8 minutes. We can see the bag's nice and full, and you can start to smell it cooking, which is delicious. So we're going to bring it out. Looks absolutely wonderful. Put it back on the heat, and that will just allow the bag to fill. And if you'd like to, Sue, take the scissors and just very gently just cut underneath where the string is, and the bag should pop open. There we go. Wonderful. Inside.
Oh, wow.
There's this wonderful, gently steamed piece of fish with all those veggies and that wonderful sauce in the bottom. Take the pan now to the table.